In today's video, I want to tell you guys about the highest leverage skill in 2023 and in 2024 and beyond, and basically for the rest of time, just because everyone has this completely backwards. Everyone says, oh, do your sales, do your copywriting, do your coding, do your engineering, go do your AI, blah, 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 blah. Like, whilst all of these things are nice skills to have, none of them even come close, not even close to this skill that I'm talking about. This skill that I'm talking about is the only thing that is single-handedly going to impact your entire life, your entire business. Literally every other thing comes inferior to this one skill that I'm about to tell you. And I'm not going to harp on for 15 minutes about what that skill is. That skill that you absolutely need to have in now, in the future, in the past, the whole time, is judgment. You need the skill of judgment. And if you're asking, oh, why? How is judgment a skill? That's such a cop-out. This is why judgment is such an important skill. And it is because you can fucking learn anything so easily. If you can't learn sales and get at least to a 7 or an 8 out of 10 within 2 to 3 months, you're just like, that's a you problem. If you can't go ahead and learn copywriting in like a month, 2 months, 3 months, that's a you problem. If you can't go ahead and learn all of these things pretty easily with the information that's out there, that's a completely separate issue. What I'm trying to tell you is that all of these skills are really easy to pick up and learn when you need to, just because of the information, just because of the resources, the mentors that you have available in your life in 2023 and beyond. The only thing that actually makes the impact is going ahead and choosing what you should do. So the actual choice, the actual decision behind making a move is the thing that's high leverage. Does that make sense? So, for example, if you're someone who wants to go ahead and be a sales rep, why? Why is that? You have to justify and make the decision. The decision to be a sales rep is where the leverage is, because once you make that decision, it's easy. The same person in another dimension, let's just say hypothetically, might go ahead and make the decision to be a copywriter. They can both, especially with the way that those two skill sets can complement each other, the skill set isn't that different. And hold on, let me get my timer off. The actual skill set that people are going to generate is not that different. Like the hardware that they have is going to be the exact same. Then they're going to install the software of that skill. And what I mean by that is like the inherent traits that you have as hardware, and the software is in like what you install. So like the hardware is the phone, the software is the exact coding of that phone that people install. For example, Flappy Bird. I don't know. But anyway, so they're going to be able to become pretty good. And the only choice that someone makes is the thing that then goes ahead and impacts how much output they get for the same input. Does that make sense? So it's like that Charlie Munger thing where everyone can row the exact same difficulty. Everyone's going to row really hard. Any janitor is going to work really hard. The thing that makes the difference is the vehicle that you're in. Like you can be in a fucking Lamborghini yacht like Conor McGregor and go absolutely miles faster than some idiot who's just trying to row in a regular rowboat. You're absolutely screwed compared to that guy. So that means, given that you can achieve almost anything or you can gain any skill, the only thing that is actually valuable is the process of choosing which skill or which vehicle or which venture to partake in. Because what you need to do is, number one, realize if I choose to do something and I commit to it for a really, really long time, or at least not even a really long time, 3 months is nothing, 6 months is nothing, 1 year is nothing. If I can just commit 1 year to one skill, I can get that skill. It's really not rocket science. It's actually kind of easy, just because of how low people's level of commitment is and how low people's level of productivity is. I guarantee you, people that act productive are nowhere near it. They're probably not even half as productive as you think they are. They just use high leverage to be able to get a lot of output for the little work they do. So given that you can go ahead and get a skill in 1 year, that means all of the leverage is deciding, okay, I'm choosing that skill. And when I say that, that's not a license to go ahead and waste 3 years trying to pick what skill. What that means is it is worth most of your thought, and it is worth most of your skill to be able to make that decision. That's why I'm saying judgment is actually a skill. So what you want to go ahead and do to get better at that skill is a couple of things. You can go and get advice from people. Again, the leverage there is in the judgment that you make on who to get advice from. So you can see how this skill is the most important thing by absolute country mile. So you want to go and get advice from people. You want to go and listen to people that have the thing that you already have. That is incredibly important. You want to look into all these things. You want to do your due diligence, and you want to not make emotional decisions. The way you can, this is a secret hack about how to not make emotional decisions. Don't do it from scarcity. So if you're poor right now, just go and make money as fast as you possibly can. And whether that's getting a bartending job, that's what I used to always do. I used to DoorDash. I said, I don't want to make a decision from scarcity. I need cash coming in my pocket every week. I'm gonna go ahead and DoorDash. So I DoorDashed and dollar cost averaged into Luna. That was a whole different story. But you want to get out of that scarcity mindset in order to then say level yourself, because there's things that impact your judgment, right? Being scarce and emotional impacts your judgment. Another thing that impacts your judgment is external forces. So if there's people in your family, if there's people that are telling you what to do constantly, if there's people that are trying to make you do stuff, just go for a walk. And that is another source of increasing your judgment. Go for a walk. Go do some cardio. Go to your safe place, wherever that is for you. Because you need to really look at this thing in the face and choose, where am I going to go? And that goes for any company as well. I'm not saying this is like a consumer thing or like a broke person thing. If you run a company, if you're running a massive tech company and you're thinking, damn, this ICP looks really, really profitable, and this ICP looks really, really profitable as well. There's sort of a whole different set of things that can be valuable for that type of person. Number one can be making a model. So you can literally look at the stats. You can look at, okay, this is the exact total available market. This is the exact buying or purchasing power of that customer. This is exactly how much of a problem my solution is for that customer, et cetera, et cetera. And you can actually make an algorithm based on your values that says, if I want to measure all of these things, you can go into make an AI modeling tool that says, these are the things I care about. This is how important each thing is. Go ahead and make a decision for me based on my values. Because if you're really if you're looking to make a decision, you're thinking about judgment, you need to think, what are my values and who do I want to be? And what does my company want to be? What's the mission statement? All of this stuff. If you go back and think, what are my values? That is going to be the thing that indicates your decision. So you need to actually start at the end in order to figure out where to go. For example, I heard of a startup. They were doing something with prison. They were trying to like, their value and their mission statement was to help people that were in prison, something like that. They were trying to reduce incarceration for some certain type of demographic. And eventually they started selling a lot of deals, but that actually negatively impacted their mission statement. So they were making a lot of money. And what they ended up having to do was pivot their product because their values were not in line with the thing. Because truthfully, your values are the only thing that are going to determine whether you are happy or whether you're unhappy, which is kind of the key metric. So the reason I'm telling you all this random stuff and all these random stories and these random examples is because judgment and choosing is the thing that's going to allow you to get the outcomes that you want in your life, whether that's money, whether that's cars, whether that's, whatever it is, whether that's wholesomeness, whether that's going to, be a priest, whatever it is that you want to generate, then judgment is going to be the thing that you need to know. And the other thing for a company is using radical open-mindedness. So if you are curious about radical open-mindedness, go ahead and read Principles by Ray Dalio. Absolutely crucial book for decision making. This is where I learned a lot of the stuff that I've learned about it. And yeah, I would just go and read that book. That is incredibly important. If you've read that book, comment down below and tell everyone else to read that book. That's me out. Judgment is the only important thing. Oh my God, I can't believe I have to explain this. More output for the exact same input purely based on choosing what to do. That's it. That's a wrap. Like, subscribe, comment. Ciao.